Welcome back to Columbus Brick by Brick, the podcast where we uncover the people, projects, and ideas shaping the future of Columbus, Ohio. I'm your host, Jon Styer, broker and owner of Styer Real Estate Professionals, where we're passionate about helping agents build thriving, scalable businesses through hands-on support and personalized coaching. Each week, we sit down with leaders, entrepreneurs, and community builders making an impact on this city, one brick at a time. Today's guest is someone whose work you've likely seen, even if you didn't know it. Jon Reed is the founder of Ohio Real Estate Media, a creative force behind some of the most compelling listing visuals in the Columbus market. Jon has built a business that helps real estate professionals stand out in a crowded space by telling authentic stories one frame at a time. In this conversation, Jon takes us inside his journey, developing a full-service media company that's helping realtors move properties faster and connect with their audiences more effectively. We'll talk about the evolving role of media in real estate and how staying rooted in Columbus has shaped his mission. So whether you're a realtor looking to elevate your listings, a creative hoping to break into the industry, or just someone who loves seeing Columbus through a different lens, this episode is full of practical wisdom, creative insight, and inspiring reflection. Let's get into it. Well, Jon, I want to thank you so much for being here today. I'm really excited about our conversation. You are someone who I work with professionally and I've gotten to know recently, and we sent a lot of your business your way because you do such an amazing job with your photography and videography.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to learn about how you got started and how you've gotten to where you are today, and then what the future looks like for you. So let's start at the beginning. Talk to me about how you got into photography and how you started your own business and the journey that took you to that.
For sure. So the honest way that I got into photography was just being like overly broke. Had a full-time job and made under $40,000 and worked like 50 hours a week in automotive.
Yeah.
And I actually really enjoyed what I did and was probably like a little bit naive for a long time because I really liked it. Like it was work, but it was like, I enjoy fast cars. I enjoy lifted trucks. Like this is really fun. But when like you just like have credit card debt that you cannot pay off, I was like, okay, I got to think of like a different way to make money. That was like Uber driving just to like get out of debt. And I talked to an Uber driver. So this is literally it. This is it. An Uber driver was like, hey, I use Uber driving as a lead generation tool for my photography business.
Oh, cool.
So I started doing like automotive photography just because like I'm kind of like already doing social media at my job, and like I already know what to look for, and I was just kind of doing it for fun. And like my first year, I made $0, did a whole bunch of free shoots. Real estate was never even on the radar at that point. And then my second year, I made maybe like $1,000 shooting cars for Bringer Trailer, which is like an auction website.
Yeah.
About $200 is maybe what I got paid. And it was fun. I was getting to drive and be in cars. And I'm like, oh, this is like fun extra money. And I'm doing it after work. Like I'd make $200 and not make $200 at my full-time job. I'm like, this is super cool. But it was like, this is fun. Like I'm not going to do anything.
It was a
like,
side hustle.
It was barely even that. Like it was $1,000 in 1 year. That's not even like a side hustle. I barely could file any taxes with that. And then when the pandemic came, I was like, I'm gonna just sell all this equipment. Like it's not even worth it. Like this is just stuff. And I got like a random email from DoorDash asking if I wanted to do food photography. They were going to pay for the food. They were going to reimburse me for gas and pay me for the photos. And I started doing that, and I'd make like $100 to $200 plus all the gas reimbursement and food. I'm like, this is sick. So like on my lunch break, I would go shoot food photography, like pick it up, photograph it, eat it. And I'm like, I just made $100 on lunch.
Oh, that's great.
I made like more than my full-time job. And like, even at that point, I wasn't really, I'm like, this is cool. Like I was just about to sell it, but like, we're going to keep going with this. And like during the pandemic, I did work every single day. We did not shut down. We had nothing to do. I was reading articles from Unalaska and all the random things about Alaska because I had nothing to do at work. So we still went in. But what happened is like I kept doing more food photography. Had a real estate agent who was a commercial agent reach out and say, hey, I've got 6 commercial buildings by the airport. I'll pay you $75 per address for 6 photos. So like front, corners, back. So they were all lined up and I made like $500. And I'm like, are you kidding? Like that is insane. Like that's almost my week's income and I'm done in 2 hours. And I had dust on the lens. The photos were crooked. Like I didn't like realize any things. The editing was pretty mediocre, but I was like, dude, that was insane. Like I can't believe I made that. And like I wasn't even factoring in like taxes, expenses, but I was still like, that was insane. Like I'd work a full day for $160 and I just made like $500 in 2 hours.
Yeah.
Besides editing, let's just say 4 hours. I was like, that was sick. Like that was like the coolest thing. And after like 9 months of like beating out my full-time job in one day's work, I told Jenna one day that my boss, like I messed something up. I ordered a wrong truck cap. Part of me being naive, liking my job as my last job, probably started me mentally a little bit more entrepreneur mind, only for this one thing. If we messed up, we had to pay for our mistakes. And now when I have mess ups, I don't even think about it. Just like pay it, get over with. Like we missed a photo shoot or like whatever the scenario is. Like I don't get emotional about losing money. I just do it right. So essentially I messed up a truck cap and it was a scenario where the description on the website, I didn't fully read it and it came unpainted versus painted. And I was like, Jenna, like I'm not losing money anymore and working at this job. I'm not going to make $40,000 working part-time as a fun photographer and work 50 hours and barely make $40,000. I also had some Turo rental income at that point. So I was like, whatever, like if I make the same money, like I'm done. Like I'm not going to pay for these mistakes if I'm not going to be gaining in the benefits of it.
Right.
And I had no interest in like still photography at the time. I was like, we're just going to do it. Like, forget it. I don't even care.
Yeah.
So I basically quit it was
just a business decision.
It was barely even a business. It was like a whim. And I remember like my first week that I quit, I did a little bit of like DoorDash just so I had like some extra money coming in because I didn't know what was going to happen. Yeah. And I think like my first week, I went to West Virginia and then photographed like 8 restaurants, got a hotel stay, and I made like $2,000. And I'm like, this is like I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm not even passionate about food photography, but it's like good enough money for the time. And with like DoorDash, you just submit. Yeah. Just flash, good lighting, good shots, zoomed in, done. I'm like, boom, 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 boom. Jen and I call it click and pick. Like you just in and out. And I was like, that's sick. But I think I was still like, I gotta like, food photography is all evening shoots. Like you're kind of, it's almost like working in a restaurant. Like you have a different shifted life. You might not wake up early. Like if everything opens at 4, you might be sleeping until like 2. So like my life wasn't like still like really balanced.
Yeah.
And I think my first year I probably like after expenses, I'll just shoot it straight. I don't care. It was like probably like 30,000 after expenses versus like my job was like, if you really did expenses on that was probably like $10,000. If you really did the actual math, like how much time I was putting in, losing money on my F-ups and like actually not getting paid for overtime. And it was just, if you really do the math. So anyways, I think I started like dabbling like with some contract real estate jobs that didn't do like anything good. Like it was literally click and pick. There was no HDR, there was no flash. It was photo mill type service, but it was like I was like making extra money. And I think I just kind of got like annoyed with, you know, being like a service provider versus like a valued partner, but it took a long time to realize that.
And when was this when you were starting to get into the real estate photography?
Probably like the first week that I quit.
What year was it?
2019 was those crazy shoots. 2020 is when I started doing a little bit more. There were a lot of investment properties. I was like, I'm just happy to make money.
Right, you're just trying to get out the door and do something.
And like none of like even at that point, I wasn't doing HDR or flash. I was just shooting. But probably 2021 when I quit my job, and you know, was doing a little bit of contract work here, some food photography over here, and maybe would get like a client or two here and there. Like I was telling you about earlier, you know, those guys, like those were one of my first customers.
You were just taking it as it came almost.
Because I was on Facebook like, hey, you know, I can shoot real estate, and like got messages. I'm like, I'm a pro. That works. That's all it takes. But it wasn't anything crazy. Honestly, I remember the first time I talked to you, I was doing a real estate shoot and I was like out of breath. And you had like called me. I didn't even know who it was. And I was like, can I call you back? Because I was like doing some kind of gimbal work. I'm like, I can't talk right now.
Yeah.
And like in retrospect, like that was probably rude. So sorry if I like No one else have ever been like, can I call you back? And I call you back a day later.
I don't even remember that.
I do. Because I was like, I was like, oh man, I probably just like blew it. Like that was like maybe a new customer.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I called you back the next day and you were driving or something like that. But I kind of went off track. I don't even remember where I was at on there.
Well, I want to hear the story of how you went from like side hustle, taking it as it comes, to now you're a full-fledged business. What were the steps that you took to get from I'm learning this business, I'm just taking it as it comes, to now, I see you all the time on social media. You've got a lot of great realtor clients. What did that look like for you?
I didn't think that real estate photo video was anything besides like a one-time need. And a lot of people, and you can correct me, a lot of people just need the job done. They need a service provided faster, better than they can do. And they just don't want to be there. They don't want to be on site. They don't need to tell you what to do. They want to run their business, and you're going to do this aspect of what they need done. That's, your skill sets here. It's not photography. I'll pay you $100, $200 to get this done. And then I can do like 5 of those a day. So can you go back on your question? It was when
just taking your business from it's the pandemic, you've left your job to do photography, and you've started getting some real estate photography clients, to now we're in 2025. What did that journey look like for you? So
what did it look like to go from from being a mini photography mill to like being results driven?
Yeah.
It probably honestly came from like, I saw other guys on social media doing videos that look like Hollywood films. And I'm like, how do you do that? So like part of it was like getting mentored by like people who have skin in the game, paying for mentorship.
Yeah.
Spending my Friday or Saturday nights learning from someone how to edit, script, converse, how to like actually make the sale, but not so much like pushing the sale, but just honestly letting people know this idea so that it's their own idea and they made the choice. You weren't the one. It just came from like seeing other people doing it at a higher level, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm not doing that. I'm just kind of like, I'm just clicking and picking. I'm not doing anything. Like they look good. The photos look great. The flash, all that stuff. But it's like, those look so much better. And like, why am I not doing that? And it pisses me off when everyone else I'll shoot it straight. Here's 5 people in Columbus that actually give a shit. Okay. It's me. It's Aaron Cropper. I'm not going to say this isn't the top 5. Orange Visuals, ADF Film and Photo, and Ben Olvetti. There's others that care, but there are so many people that just want to be a photography mill. And it's like, dude, like if you're picking up a camera to do any type of work, like I'm shooting myself in the foot here. I was just having fun. But if you're going to do it and like actually, you can read bullshit from like a mile away. If you're going to do it at a high level, you have to be all in.
Yes.
And not just surface level. Like, I want to make like $1,000 a day and like really not work hard. Like I want to make $10,000 a day, but I want to work with someone who wants to like actually drive results. And like I told you, my job's not done until someone says, this is what happened. That's my payment. The payment in between with monetary is like, great, we covered our expenses, but that's my payment. Cause that's when I've actually done what my intention was. Because when I started seeing these videos, I thought it was just like me. Cause a lot of customers, like I kind of showed them some videos of like what we could do. And almost 100% of them said no, or just like kind of passed it off or like thumbs upped it. And once I actually did one for someone, then it like kind of started. It was no one knew they needed it until they saw it. And honestly, the first video it was the first video. The first video where I did something crazy, that was the home that sold from a buyer in Brooklyn. So it was the first one. It wasn't like I was 10 in. It was the first one. So then my mind's like, it's not just me that wants this. It's the buyer that wants this.
Right.
The agent doesn't know that they need it or want it, but they have to have it.
Yeah.
So even like the client that I did it for, she then trusted me to do like more interviews and personal branding. We never actually did another video like that, but then she was willing to spend a lot of money on more like trailers or personal branding. So it kind of like bridged the gap. I wasn't even trying to push personal branding or of any sort on her, but she created the idea. She even she was like, I'll pay you 2x what you quoted me because you did such a good job. So it's like, I'm just all in, even though like that's not my thing. I was just all in no matter what. Like, hey, here's what the video looks like. Here's the changes I'm making. It's just like, if you're not all in, you can tell.
Right. And that is, I mean, in your medium, I can imagine, because it is a concrete thing that like, hey, you can tell either this is great or it's not.
Yeah.
But I think that goes to that's a bigger conversation. It's not just media related. It is business. It's everything. It's life. Right. If you're going to do something, do it right.
Yeah.
Put the work in to get it done right. And if you're not, then don't do it.
Yeah.
And I love that you brought that up and like that. So what do you think was the turning point for you when you realized, like, instead of, just doing whatever it takes, I'm actually going to put the work in to get this done the right way?
It was like the unknowing that video was going to sell the home. It was like, I just want to try it. Like, I wasn't all in. I just want to try it. Like, I have an itch to scratch and I got to try it. And, after like I had sent like at least 10 text messages to people wanting to try it again, I had got another customer who, his name's Javon, and he's a brand new rep. So we did another video, but this was the first time I did a video where someone's paying for it. And he was like, dude, this is insane. But what it did is it generated 4 new customers that I'd never cold called or outreach to, because they were more customers who had never seen anything like that before. And even though it wasn't my best work, it was still like a level 7 or 8, where more recent it's been like 8 or 9. So there's like always
you're always going to be improving.
Yeah. So even like a level 7, people are like, that's a level 12. Like, I've never seen anything like that before. So I just kind of left it with Javon. I just kind of like left it all on the table. I remember like his reaction through a text message was like jaw dropped. And I'm like looking back at the video, I'm like, there's some things I could have made better that would have been like even more of a jaw drop, like Mask, like from the 90s or something. But it's just like, I don't have them right now, but it's like the goosebumps you get from not so much like the flashy reaction, but the results that you're going to get. So I'm just like chasing the results, and like there's no finish line to it. It's like, let's just keep going.
Yeah.
So sometimes, like, I don't know when to turn off. Like, some days I work like 20 hours a day, and it's because I want to. Like, I'm like involved. I'm like, I really want it to be the best that it can be. And part of that's having the ingredients right on site, making sure the confidence, body language, tonality is perfect, the script's good, and the visuals are good.
Yeah.
Like, it's that cooking it up, and I'm not even working until 9 p.m. I'm not even starting work until I start editing.
Yeah.
And it's like, you got to have all the ingredients right to cook. And the cook's got to know what he's doing.
Mise en place is what it's called in cooking. You got to set everything up, got to have it portioned and ready to go.
Yeah, for sure.
You mentioned working with agents and the tonality and all that. I would love to hear kind of maybe an anecdote or what's how you interact with agents, because I can imagine there are times when it's hard for them to get the product they want on camera. What is some advice you give to agents that you're working with, or just a story that you can share?
I've definitely had a client who, it was like 2 hours to get our words out, and I've known her for almost 15 years. She knew me when I was 20, when I was like a party boy, John. So I had to tell her, like, because I was actually getting sick of it. And I was like, she probably hates me. Like, we were 60 takes in, and she was having like a drink to like loosen up. And I said, like, you have to realize I'm here to serve you at a high level, and I'm not who you knew 20 years ago. That flipped the switch for her, and we got done in like 30 minutes. But the thing is like, even 60 minutes in, 60 takes in, my energy never stopped. A lot of photographers, videographers are introverts, and that's fine. But you literally have to lead. You have to have client charisma and rigorous authority when you come in. That doesn't mean you're an asshole, but it just means you're controlling the situation, and you have to own it.
You're the authority.
Yeah, and it's like, when you leave, like, be your normal self. It's a little bit of acting. But honestly, it's me. Yeah. It's like when I'm in the car and I'm like talking about how my day went, I already mentally, I have the video done before I ever show up, but I already have typically 90% of the time of the script done. Whether that's me manually writing it or using like AI to help assemble it, it's already done. So it's just a matter of controlling like the last 10%, which is actually filming. Like we're almost there. So part of it's like just relentless rigor. Just like
if the preparedness.
If someone's like having problems, my wife will say the one skill I have is talking on camera, but working with people who have never been on camera. It's my one skill, she'd say. She'd say I'm pretty stupid besides that. But I've worked with like 65-year-olds, and they're like, thank you so much. That's the first video I've ever liked. And it's because there's little parts of my life where like bodybuilding was a thing. Learning another language is a thing. Right now, I'm all in on this. And someone texted me that I'm best in Columbus, and I am, and I'm unstoppable. So that's my mindset when I work with clients. And I think it follows through.
I love the confidence.
It's a little bit of cockiness, but you have to be. Because like when I work with other videographers, they're like, I don't know what to say. I'm like, turn on this character, like tell them what to say and be confident about it.
If you've been listening to this podcast, you know that I believe in building real estate businesses that are scalable and sustainable. And that's exactly what we help agents create at Styer Real Estate Professionals. If you're an agent who's ready to grow and tired of spinning your wheels, then consider this. Growth is change. At Styer Rep, we coach to your strengths, match tools to your style, and help you scale your business without burning out. And there's no fluff, there's no hang your license culture, just serious growth, real systems, and 100% commission when you cap. So head to styrrep.com/join us to start the conversation, because it's time to go from where you are to where you belong. What do you think is the thing that sets you apart that makes you the best in Columbus? What's the one thing?
The one thing?
Is it working, your ability to work with agents?
I'd say it's the fact that I've actually spoken in front of a camera and done YouTube videos. Like, I get it takes 30 takes. I'm not telling you what to say and I don't have skin in the game. I know what it takes to like be in front of the camera. It's very awkward.
Yeah.
And like when you have something a little bit to the side, it's so much easier to speak versus directly to a camera. So sometimes I tell people to look me in the eyes, but I think what makes me the best in the Columbus is the fact that I am never satisfied with being satisfied. Every video, the next video is always gonna be the best video I've ever done.
I like that.
So it's just like chasing like the result. Like, okay, we got it. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. So it's just like, you don't look like a bodybuilder at all right now, but when I did work out, it's like, you're not, like you gain like an inch on your arms. I don't want like 2 inches. Like you just don't stop. So I think it's like just not being like, whew, I got it. Like if you lost 40 pounds,
never going to rest on your
laurels. You have to maintain that weight. Like it's so easy to go back up. So I don't, here's the best example. Have you ever driven a fast car?
Yes.
What was it?
Well, my car's pretty fast right now, but go ahead.
Have you ever been in like a supercharged car or anything like that? So my GT500 at 2,000 RPMs, it operates. It's 6,000 RPMs is when it really picks up power, and at 7,000, it's the most fun you have with your pants on. So the videos are 7,000 RPMs. We can do basic stuff, but we want to operate at a high level and like keep pushing. Like we're about to shift gears and keep going. So probably that's a little intense. Like today I had a conversation with somebody who's like, I just want to do an intro. And I was like, for the money we charge, it'd be a waste of your money. Like, I don't want to charge you for an intro. No one's going to watch it. You're going to get a 3-second retention rate.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to serve you at a high level. Like it sounds like serve you at a high level sounds fake, but like, I don't want to underserve you because it's a waste of your money.
Right.
Like to just do something basic.
Yeah.
Like that's just not what we're here for. We're not 2,000 RPMs. We're 7,000. And if you let us stretch and get to 7,000, we're going to keep pushing.
I like that a lot.
So I think that's why I think I don't want to say that egotistically, that's why I believe I'm the best. There's a lot of people that are better than me, but no, we don't lose sales. We only drive results. If we lose sales, it's because we're too expensive and someone else wants to do it cheaper, and that's okay. Like that doesn't hurt my feelings.
Sure.
It's a free market. You can choose
You
Wendy's.
know your worth.
Yeah. Like, do you want to eat at Wendy's or do you want to eat at Cameron Mitchell's? It's literally your choice. What do you want? What everyone else has, we're the best.
Yeah. The people at the high-end restaurant are not upset when someone goes to eat at Wendy's.
Yeah. I love Wendy's.
Well, I mean, we're not talking bad about Wendy's.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry if that sounds egotistical, but
no, you shouldn't
it's just
apologize.
I mean, I think it's just like I believe it because I want to deliver it. It's not like when people say entrepreneur, I feel like that's the E word. Like it's uncalled for. Like I would say you're an entrepreneur, but if I heard someone say it, it just feels like you're full of yourself and you're like justifying who you are without justification. There's a drummer who like lived right down here, like with 21 Pilots. You'd never hear him say that he's a drummer with 21 Pilots because it's very justified. So I'm not sure if that's even on topic, but it is. It's like, I shouldn't say that I'm the best. I have a drive. I can say that. I have a drive to drive results.
You can say that you feel that you are the best. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because you know the work that you're putting in and the product that you're putting out there. But I would expect that your competition would say the same thing about themselves, as I believe they should.
Yeah, no, there's it was Orange Visuals. They said it. He's like, we're the best marketing company in Columbus. And
I think that any entrepreneur should, if they aren't saying that, they should strive to say that.
Yeah.
You should want to be able to say that you're the best.
Yeah.
And it calls back to the fact that if you're not doing something the way it should be done, you shouldn't do it at all.
Right. Yeah.
I think that's still
It's like when people ask me to do
topic.
Portraits, I'm like, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
But I know someone.
Well, I mean, that goes to niching in on what you do best. And that is another part of, I think, business that is important as well.
Yeah.
Like, hey, do what you are the best at or that you are great at, and let someone else do something that they're great at. Mm-hmm. And so getting to the point, too, in your business when you can turn down business because it's not a fit for you is also like another level from, hey, I'm just taking what I get. And I see that in real estate with agents, too.
Right.
You know, like when you start out in this industry, it's pretty common for people to just like, well, I can't not take this client. Right. It's hard to say, well, I don't want that business. Mm-hmm. It's difficult because you eat what you kill. But eventually, when you have some experience and you figure out who you are as a real estate agent, you're able to niche down and you say, you know what, I'm not your best fit, and I don't even, respectfully, I don't need the business. This is the business that I have, and let me connect you with someone who can help you best for this. So like you with a portrait.
Oh, dude, I'm like, how do I use a camera? What's an f-stop? I freeze up. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And
you don't need to know.
Out. Yeah.
You're successful in what you're doing.
Yeah.
So, I think that that's just great.
Yeah.
That's just great. You've seen great growth. It speaks volumes in the work that you're doing. And we use you all the time in our brokerage.
Thanks. I think that's how I sent a text message to you earlier this year.
Well, we enjoy working with you, and the product is great. Yeah. And I've seen that you're doing more and more and more, and you're continuing to level up your business, and I've really enjoyed watching it. I am interested to hear from you. What is the next step? What's next for you
for sure
within your business?
Right. So I've already answered this question internally, so I'm not like going to stall on this one. It's very simple. So it's basically just having a creative agency where I'm working with people who have the same mindset. Obviously, different personalities, different characteristics, but there's guys that text me, competitors that I'm friends with, how do you edit this? Jenna's like, you need to charge them. It's like, how do you do this day to night? What should I, like, how do you do these little 3D text? So it's like working with people who don't want to just be there to like, bloop, hit record. Like they're going to be there guiding the scenario. Obviously that takes time. But working with people who want to drive results. I've thought about changing a business name to a results driven media instead of Ohio Real Estate Media, just because it gets the point across immediately. Yeah. That's the focus. And of those guys I mentioned, 2 of those guys definitely are like results. Like that's what they want to do. Maybe not fully, like maybe like they're kind of dabbling here, dabbling there, and maybe they don't even realize it, because I didn't realize that till like 2 months ago. That it's like, oh, that's what I'm addicted to. Like, why Jen will tell you this, like I'm finishing editing at 7 a.m. One, I have to get it done, but it's like, but why? Like you could just outsource the videos, but they're not going to look good enough. And it's not so much like a control thing. I would love to have an internal editor who can edit 80 to 90% as good or better. Yeah. It's just like, I have to leave it all on the table, and I want to work with someone where like, if there wasn't money involved, they'd still want to do it. And I think most of the guys that I talk with, they enjoy it. Like it's their lifestyle. Like they're not videographers. They might not even like realize it, but like when they're on vacation, they're like thinking like, that was such a sick video. It's like Sports Center or something, like you can't stop watching it. Like, oh, I love watching sports. My feed's all vacation and all real estate media, which is completely weird.
No, I don't think so at all. I mean, you do it because you love it, right?
Yeah,
and you want to ingest that. You want to take that in. So, the algorithm knows that.
Yeah.
You can't hide from the algorithm.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so that's definitely like the next step. Like I was telling you, I was like talking with a photographer, but really I want to work with like photography is the core value skill. Like you're providing a service, and I'm not downplaying it. It has to be done. It's not your job at all. And you need someone to do it better, faster, whatever than you. But like doing like the relentless rigor with videos, like the next one's the best one. Or like when I do like personal content, like if we're doing something goofy or funny, even if it's goofy and not my style, let's do it the best. Like any of those videos I did with Clay, that wasn't my style. But I like gave it 110%. And after a year of doing videos with Clay, he referred me to one person, then it went that way. We went from like doing what I didn't love. Like I didn't like hate them, but it's like, I don't really love these videos, but it was still like 110% in. It wasn't all in. It wasn't like fully all skin in the game. It was like, okay, let's make it better. Let's make it better. And then his one referral went to customers who just had a higher average spend, you know, where they're a little bit more well off. And if I say it's $700, someone's like, that's a lot of money. They're like, oh, that's fine. They didn't even say anything. Okay, are we booking on Thursday or Friday? Like that's the next response. So yeah, just working with people who have that mindset. And I think most videographers don't know that they have that mindset unless they're going to get some skin in the game. And I think right now there's so much crazy videos that if you're a videographer who's not paying attention to that, you're just a button pusher.
Yeah.
You're really not. Like, just go get a normal job. Like, don't waste your time.
Yeah. Well, I'm interested to hear from you. Where do you see real estate, photography, your relationship with your clients, and the products that's coming out? Where do you see that going with AI? Is that something that you think about, that you are concerned about, or that you have plans to incorporate? Or is that something that like you think that isn't going to be a disruptor?
We use AI for scripting, and I paid $100 for the script writer, and it's sick. I mean, it writes 50% of the scripts. Sometimes it doesn't get it. I've used some AI to take a rendering and partially make it a video, but I still had to manually put in a sky replacement and build in grass. So I would like to see AI do what I can do, and I'm all in.
Yeah.
Like if it can...
We're not there yet, though,
If it can do it, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
I saw a video with Ryan Serhant, and it was incredible. Like, blew my mind. I think that people still want authenticity.
Yeah.
And they can like smell AI outside of visuals.
Yeah.
So I think that like you got to utilize it to make things faster. Not everything has to be manual, but there has to be some level of like realness, authenticity. I'll show you a video after this where we did some jokes in a video. I think to the untrained eye, people know when it's AI or not.
Yeah.
They can't tell with scripts, and I can't even tell that it wasn't me writing it. I'm like, I was getting good at writing scripts, then I was getting bad at managing time. So I paid for it. I'm like, this is rock solid. We basically write it on site. If it's a really big home, I will write it because I don't want like I don't want it to be wrong.
Yeah.
But I like it'd be. And I'm completely transparent that I use it with my customers, and no one cares.
No, I mean that's kind of the way things have gone now. It's like it's expected, and if you're not using it, then you're behind at this point. And give that 6 months, give it a year.
Yeah.
I feel like AI is. I think there will always need to be people involved, especially in things like what you do, where there's art to it. But it's going to continue to change things. It's going to continue to disrupt industries. It's going to continue to make things faster and easier. And it's knowing how to use it effectively in whatever industry you're in to take you to the next level. Because if you don't, you're going to get left in the dust.
So is there anyone like not using AI, or like companies that are like I've heard like EXP is like they have two separate like systems, like nothing's all in one. They're not like they're outdated.
I mean, I couldn't speak for any other brokerage, but I know that internally that my mindset around AI is anytime at this point I run into a roadblock or a problem or a challenge, the first thing I think is how can I solve this using AI?
Yeah.
And I had to train myself to think that way. And that mindset shift has changed. A lot has changed internally for our business because we have now built out systems that incorporate AI. And in this podcast, a lot of the work is done using AI.
Okay.
And it's a game changer. But what I will say is that it's only just begun. And 6 months from now, I think it's going to look a lot different. What using and operating AI is going to look a lot different in 6 months Because if you think back to when AI first become a thing, maybe a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
It was like revolutionary, but I feel like we've 2 times since then, and it's only going to increase in speed.
What do you like know is like the next thing with AI?
Well, I'm not an AI expert, but there are people that know way more than me, but I think that the next thing is going to be AI agents in that,
Really?
Not real estate agents, but AI agents, meaning you have an AI robot who is your go-to for this. And I have already started doing that in my business. So I have one for this podcast that is like,
No way.
is perfect for me because I can go to like a source who understands what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So all of the stuff I do for getting this podcast together happens with that AI bot.
Right.
And that is an AI agent that I can also share to other people who are helping me work on this podcast. So they can operate within that space as well. And that allows me to have almost like an authority, another entity that is an authority on this podcast, because that entity knows everything that's happened.
Almost sounds spiritual.
Right? It knows, it gets every transcript.
Yeah.
It helps me write the intros and the outros.
Yeah.
It helps me write the questions that I'm going to ask my guest. And I do all of that with that agent, and it learns. It grows from doing it. So I have different AI robots or bots or whatever for various different topics.
It sounds very human-esque. It grows from doing it.
It is. That
sounded very
and
human.
I still think it's in the very baby stages.
Yeah.
So taking that from something I've created by uploading documents and working with it over time to like all of a sudden it feels like a real person that is an expert in whatever it is you're doing is going to be the next level. And I think that's going to be here in less than 3 years.
Okay.
So we'll see how that goes. But it's going to be the people who are able to adapt and work with that and grow because they have knowledge and they're able to use that.
You've thought about this.
I have. It's important. And if people are not thinking about it, you have to start now.
Yeah.
You have to start now because if you don't, you're going to get left behind. Every industry is going to be disrupted by AI.
My last job, we were writing pen and paper tags for parts coming in. I'm like, it was like 2013. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, they're like, yeah, you cut up the paper and then like write down. I'm like, why?
Right.
I was like, can I spend the money to get like a little scan gun? I'm like, you're kidding. Like, this is really what we do, like to save money, cutting up paper.
Yeah. So, I mean, and you know, I would imagine that place is probably not using paper anymore, but
hope not.
Anyways, continuing to think towards the future, and this is what I train myself to do. And I said it before. If you have a problem, you need to think, how can I use AI to save this or to solve this? And I try to do that every time now. I even will look at my task list. I should get it printed out and put it up in my office because I'll look at my task list and I say, okay, how can I use AI to do this? Because what you can do then is you can create a system.
Yeah.
And then that system is reusable. And you can use AI to create the system, which is even cooler. You tell it what it needs to do and you say, I need a system, help me create the system.
Yeah.
And then we're going on a rabbit hole.
No, it sounds like you're all in on AI.
I am completely.
Yeah.
And you have to be. You have to be, because if you're not now's the time. Yeah. You've got a few years until you're going to be done.
So, like, why is it important to you? Like that you
Because I always have to be looking to the future.
I know, that's what I picked up from you from our first conversation.
You always have to be looking to the future. Because and we talked about this, if you're going to be growing, if you're going to grow your business, which I am consistently in growth mode with my businesses, if you're going to be growing, you have to be looking to what's coming down the pipeline.
The one time we met, that's what I got from you. Is like, you already know what you're doing 6 months to a year from now versus like being just like whatever comes our way.
You can't roll with the punches.
Yeah.
You can't roll with the punches because you'll get left behind.
Yeah.
And before I even started the brokerage, it was, okay, I see what's coming. I need to act now. And that is what spurred me on to start the business. And that is the mindset I continue to have. What's coming down the pipeline? How can I be ready? And so I challenge anybody who's an entrepreneur or a business owner to be thinking of that.
I mean, I started thinking about it after that one, but it took a second. It wasn't like instantaneous.
It does take a second to change your mindset.
I was like, oh yeah, like Jon really has that like forward thinking, like here's what's going to happen. So I already like know the outcome.
And did you notice that when I asked you what's coming down the future, you had an answer because you told me you'd thought about it.
Oh, I think about it all the time because if you say it, then it's real and it's going to happen. It's just manifesting it. That's like really what it is, I guess.
You know, there is definitely something to be said about manifestation and like mantras and all that. I think that there is a lot of that. Like you say it to yourself to make it a reality. I've also heard that you got to be careful with that too, because if you say it to somebody else and you tell people about it, you get the dopamine hit. Like your primal brain gets the dopamine of like you've actually achieved it. Yeah. Even though you just said you're gonna do it. Yeah. So
I'll tell you, I got a dopamine hit when I said I was the best. I was in tunnel mode. Like when I gave a presentation here, I was almost about to black out. It's like angry dad when like, you do it right now. It's like you're actually, I'm not sure if that's dopamine, but it's definitely like elevated blood pressure.
Yeah, no, I feel you. So, man, what is some advice that you would give back to yourself if you were able to talk to yourself when you were just getting started?
To like go in all in faster, like full throttle. Like, okay, like, you know, what's been great about doing sick videos, there is no cold calling anymore. I've even asked Jenna, like, I'll pay you to cold call. None of that happens. There's no cold text, no cold email. It doesn't work.
You're working by referral.
Someone today got on my website and is like IMing me. Or was that? Yeah. So like we have like a live chat on there. It was someone who I reached out to at one point and offered a free shoot. I'm like, you don't even remember me. Yeah. Like at all. And here's what it is. It was similar to you. Like did like a video thing. It was like, hey, so one of your listings in my neighborhood. Just want to let you know, blah, blah, blah. Like, you don't remember me at all. Like, you just see the brand. That's what's been crazy. Ohio Real Estate Media was just a name because I thought it was searchable. People have messaged me, and they trust the brand and don't know who I am. They're seeing the videos. They don't know who Jon is. Yeah. So, like, one of my more recent videos that was a little over $2,000, it was a 10-minute sale. I almost didn't sell her on day to night. It wasn't even on the board. I was like, yeah, we could do like a lifestyle video. She's like, let's do the day to night. Like the most expensive thing. I like almost left money on the table. Yeah. And like she's seen the work and trusted it. And she was using someone else and didn't like the result. So then the brand's tainted. So she doesn't even know us. But literally, to me, like when we're looking at vacation, we're overanalyzing it. Picks the phone call, 10 minutes, $2,000. Okay, let's go. Like there's no thought. She just already had the trust. Like
it's so powerful what branding can do, and you do this every day, so I'm sure I'm preaching to the choir, but like the brand, you're just a guy behind the brand at this point, which I think is so neat. And you've done that, right? You've created that by the product that you're putting out there. So I want to commend you for the great job that you've done.
Thanks. It's intentional. It's not
well,
too much
it has to be. It has to be. You know, I that's why I committed you. It is intentional. I know that it has to be intentional because we don't just fall into this stuff. You work hard.
That's what Jenna used to say as I fell into it, which I did at first, kind of.
Yeah, but you didn't fall into where you are now.
No, hell no. Not at all.
You fell into driving around and taking pictures of food. Yeah. That's a completely different level than where you're at now.
Thanks, DoorDash.
Yeah, right? Well, cool, man. This has been awesome. This has been a great conversation. I would love to share with the listeners and followers where they can find you online.
Ohio Real Estate Media, but maybe soon results-driven media.
Maybe soon.
Yeah. We'll find out.
Well, cool. So OhioRealEstateMedia.com is your website, and they can find you there.
All socials.
And all socials. Yeah. Perfect.
So super easy. If you like if you're in real estate and you live in Ohio, there's no way you can get that confused. Yeah. Some people say Ohio State Media because they're used to like OSU. Yeah, it
just rolls off the tongue.
That's my other name that, here's Jon with Ohio State Media. I'm like, no, that's not me.
Right.
Our colors are actually blue and white, not red and scarlet and gray.
Yeah.
So close, but not really.
Right. Well, cool, man. Well, thank you again for being on the podcast. This was great. That was Jon Reed, founder of Ohio Real Estate Media and true visual storyteller, shaping how homes and neighborhoods are seen and sold in Columbus. From humble beginnings to high-impact media work, Jon reminded us that saying yes to small opportunities can open big doors. We've explored the technical tools that drive his business, the mindset shifts that sustained his growth, and how he stays deeply connected to the community he serves. If there's one takeaway, it's that great media isn't just about polished images. It's about capturing a story that resonates, builds trust, and moves people. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, leave a comment or a review, and share it with someone in your network who's building something meaningful in Columbus. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Columbus Brick by Brick, and visit us online at columbusbrickbybrick.com for past episodes and updates. Thanks again to Jon for joining us, and thank you for tuning in to Columbus Brick by Brick, where every brick has a story, and we're here to tell it. We'll see you next time.